Hey, this is Charlie from FemaleOrgasmsMastery.com. Today I'm talking about sex, about how to maintain your sex life alive. Stay tuned for this awesome video. Hey, one more week talking about sex. Today I'm not talking about sexual techniques, I'm not talking about how to give orgasms, like the actual techniques. I'm talking about how to maintain a long-term sexual relationship alive. And this is a big question and very difficult to answer really because not everybody is the same, not everybody has the same values, not everybody has the same ways of dealing with emotions and so on. So this video is just giving you 4 tips about how to deal with this, because it's something that many people ask me and I know it's difficult. I've been in relationships myself. I've been in 3. Actually, I am in 1 at the moment and I know how it goes. And if you're in 1, you know what I'm talking about. And if you're not or have never been, you need to know this. So in this video, I want to share 4 things that you have to have in mind when it comes down to maintaining your long-term sexual relationship alive. Now, I'm not trying to answer this very difficult question in this just one short video. I'm giving you these tips. I'm actually starting a sex course, which I'm doing at the moment. It probably will be out in a few months. I will let you know about it, and it deals with this in a deeper level. So today, just these 4 things that you need to have in mind when it comes down to these relationships. The first thing that you need to know when it comes down to maintaining this relationship alive, it's you will have to work. Yes, you will have to work. You might say, Charlie, I'm running away. I don't want to work. Well, if you love this other person and you want to have a long-term relationship, long-term relationship, you will have to work. And not in a bad way, not in working in a negative way. I'm assuming that you love this other person. If you don't love this other person, what I'm saying here, makes no sense. So when you love this other person, you will have to work to maintain that sexual relationship alive. Why? When you fall in love, if you've fallen in love before and you know how it goes, the first month, 2, 3, 4, 6 months, depends on the person. You don't have to think about having sex. You want to have sex all the time. You see your partner and you just want to go, hey, I want to have sex. And you don't have to think about it. You don't have to make yourself want to have sex because it happens naturally. Your body is full of dopamine, just wanting to have sex all the time. Your body reacts that way. That's the way your body reacts to make sure that you have sex with that person that you have fallen in love, that you're attracted to. It's a natural reaction. You don't have to think about it. It will happen. Now, after a few months, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever, however, it depends on the person. This desire and this drive, this sexual drive starts to fade away because this dopamine goes down. Actually, oxytocin starts to kick in and it becomes different. It's a different type of attraction. Now you want to hug more and it's a different way of wanting to be with the other person. So sex starts to fade away. If you put this into years, maybe 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 years, now sex has faded away a lot after those many years. If you have kids, if you have work, you have many duties you have to do, many obligations that we have, those start to damage your sexual life. And you need to be aware of that. That's why I'm talking about work. What do I mean by work? You have to actually schedule, you have to find the time, you have to find the place to have sex. And you need to schedule it. And I'm not saying, hey, it's 5 o'clock, let's have sex. No, it's not that, cold way. But you need to prepare for it. You need to say, okay, I want to have sex. And how am I going to do it this week? Where am I going to do? What are we going to do? Maybe I need to buy some sex toys. Maybe we need to fulfill this fantasy. We need to do this. I want to surprise my partner this or that way. That's what I'm talking about. That's working. That's preparing. That's making sure it happens. At the end, that's the last sentence. Make sure sex happens every week, month, how many times you want to have sex desire to have sex. It depends. Sex drive depends on the people. Many people are happy with 1 a month. Many people need 3 times a week. Whatever is good for you or as a couple, that's another issue. How many times the difference is, maybe I want more, she wants less. That's another video. But make sure you find your ways, your times, your places, and so on. Okay, that's what I mean by work. You have to work on your sexual relationship to stay alive if you want to make it last for years. Second thing, acceptance. First thing, accept that what I just said, that sex drive will fade away. It's going to happen. Accept it. It's a natural thing. It's not something wrong with you, something wrong with your partner. Maybe she doesn't like me, she doesn't love me, he doesn't love me. What's happening? Maybe I'm not good enough. These things come into our head and we think we're not good enough. And this is a big problem, okay? So accept that that's going to happen. That doesn't mean that say, okay, that happens and so I'm not going to do anything, because if not, what will happen, you'll stop having sex. Because with time, what happens is that drive fades away, and if you don't have sex, you become friends with your partner. And if you leave that for many years, at the end, you're not going to have any sex drive anymore with that person. You will not want to have sex with that person. So make sure you maintain that sexual attraction alive. You have to also maintain your body, maintain that sexiness, okay? And that's another video, but, okay, maintain that alive. Very, very important, okay? But accept that that's going to happen. Also accept that relationships, long-term relationships, are in cycles, and it's not always going to be up on the top. It's not always going to be perfect, like really happy, or these moments of happiness that we have. You know, it's a cycle. We have problems at work, we have problems with the family, we have problems with whatever. We are emotional humans are emotional beings, and emotions affect us, and the way we are is not always the same. So relationships have cycles. It's like a little bit of a roller coaster, a little bit. We need to try to maintain it as stable as possible, but accept that that's going to happen. So sometimes you're not going to have that much sex, and maybe you're going to have to work a little bit more on that, or maybe you don't feel like having so much sex. So the other person also has to respect that, and that's the third thing. Respect the other person's desires. Respect the other person, what they want, what they are, how they express themselves in sex. Respect the woman's cycle. They have the period. Respect that period. Don't try to push it. Don't try to do it, because they don't feel like having sex when they have the period. Some do, and it's not general, but maybe they have not that much desire, or maybe they're not the energy for sex. Respect that. Respect if he or she doesn't want this or that. Respect the person as they are. Accept them as they are. That's the first thing in love. If you don't accept the other person as they are, you're going to be fighting your whole life, and it's not going to work. So respect is very important for maintaining that long-term relationship alive. Comprehension, respect. Those values are very, very important. Fourth thing, most important, with the work, communication. Communication is key in your sexual relationship. It's key in everything in your life. We are human beings. We express ourselves through language. We express ourselves by speaking what we want and what we feel and our emotions. So we need to express that with language, and we need to communicate with our partner. If we don't do that, it will not work. So whatever you feel, if you feel like I'm not happy with our sex life, I would like to do this, I would like to do that, with lots of love and respect, you have to do this, of course. Respect and love the other person, but speak from your heart. Say, hey, I feel like this, and I would like this, and so on. Communicate what you want, what you don't want. Communicate how you feel. Communicate why don't we do this? Do it from respect, and the person who's listening has to listen from that same respect and love. Communication is key in sex, and because you cannot assume what she or he is thinking about what's happening or what they like. Don't assume anything. Speak about sex, speak about fantasies, speak about what you like, what you don't like, how you feel, and so on. You must do that. You must work, and you must communicate, because those two things you must do them if you want to maintain your relationship alive. Now, I know it's very difficult to, in this short video, and this is very short, to actually explain this, which is one of the most difficult things to do in our life, to maintain a long-term relationship. So I just wanted to give you these 4 keys, 4 thoughts that you can have and that you can think about in your sex life. How is your sex life? What are you doing? How are you doing these things? How is it working? Maybe it makes you reflect on it a little bit, and it makes you actually improve it. Talk to your partner, maybe watch this video with your partner, whatever. Share this video with your people that you think might need it. I invite you to share it. Just make sure that you actually take these 4 things and see how you evaluate how you're doing them in your life. and then maybe you know, it can improve your relationships. And there's never, I mean, there's relationships that they are gone over the point of no return. I've seen happen that I've had that's happened to myself as well. So make sure you don't go to over that point. That point of no return, I'm talking about where you become friends and you will not have any more desire for that person, and you're going to be starting to look for that outside, and suddenly you start to look at other people. When that happens, it's difficult to come back. You can, I'm not saying no, but it's difficult. So make sure that doesn't happen to you and your sexual relationship. So if you like this video, make sure you subscribe to my channel. More videos like this to come with this sex course. I will tell you about it in a few months. Make sure you visit my website. More sex courses here. Very interesting sex information. Become the best lover you can be. I just want to help you become the best lover you can be. So make sure you visit it. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.